Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be starting work on the 1971 Mustang Boss 351 from Revell. I'm really excited about this kit. I've been really happy with the Revell kits lately, and I hope that this one certainly lives up to its expectations. Let's go ahead and start. We'll do an unboxing here. Alright, here we go. Let's take a quick look at the box before we dive in. You can see the really cool colored graphics on the box that Revell put together. A nice painting of the kit itself, of the car itself. You can see all the specifics on this side of the box. Again, just a copy of that cover art on that side of the box. And then on this side, we have some detailed pictures of the actual model kit. We've got the body, the undercarriage, and some more details of the kit, including the interior and the engine compartment. So let's go ahead and open this up and take a look at what's inside. First things first, we'll go ahead and pop this box open. Now, I've already pulled the plastic off of this. This box is absolutely stuffed full of pieces. According to the box, it's 129 parts in the kit. And we'll start with the body here. We'll go ahead and open this plastic up to take a close look at the body. The kit is modeled in clear white plastic. It's got a little bit of a shine to it. I don't see any sink marks or any mold lines on this part of the body at all, which is super fantastic and a testament to the quality of the molding of this kit. So super excited about that. Next, we'll move on to the clear parts. You can see these are crystal clear. Super excited about how these look. There's no flaws or damages anywhere on this clear plastic. We've got a number of different white sprues here available to us. This one has the front end as well as the bottom fascia in the front end, and tiny little delicate mirrors. So we'll see how well those last as I go ahead and build this. I haven't had much luck with mirrors lately. The next part has the chassis. Again, this is all this really nice crisp white plastic. You can see, hopefully on the camera, the detail there of the differential cover there. It's really nicely engraved, if you want my opinion. We've got our wheels here as well as some additional chassis and interior parts. 3-spoke steering wheel there. We've got the center console as well as a sway bar and a nice little piece here for a nice little separate piece here for the pedals. Here we've got some additional chassis parts for us to take a look at, as well as the dashboard. You can see pretty nicely engraved detail on the dash there. Hopefully that's coming through on the camera as nicely as it looks in real life. The next thing I want to take a look at are the chrome wheels. These are 5-spoke Mustang wheels. They are obviously molded in a shiny chrome. I think the inside parts of this will get detailed with a flat black as we move on through the build process. So they won't be completely chromed here on the final kit. We've got some additional chrome pieces here, look like some bumpers, some mirrors, maybe some pedal detail, a nice little chrome shift handle there that you can see, hopefully, and a really nice chrome gas tank cap there for the kit as well. So that's really nice. The last sets of white sprue here include the hood, and you can see the detail on the hood there. Again, I'm not seeing any sink marks or any mold lines on this at all. Some additional parts here. Again, we've got the rear fascia as well as the rear bumper and the exhaust pipe. This sprue has our interior pieces. We've got the sort of one-piece chassis, floor and rear seat and rear cargo area there, as well as door cards, front and right, or left and right, I should say. And we've got 2-piece bucket seats that the back and the front go together. And a few other parts here. We've got separate sun visors up here at the top, as well as the mufflers. And then here we have the buildup of that Boss 351 engine. You can see all of the individual pieces on this sprue. Again, they're all looking really, really nice. Last but not least, we have the instruction book, and this is definitely a Revell of Germany style instruction book. It is literally an instruction book. The only difference being, I think as I mentioned in my short, this is not done on the shiny gloss paper. I want to take a second and show the decals that come with the kit. You can see you can do either the black or the silver trim. It looks like, I don't think it shows up on the camera, but we've got decals for the tires, as well as all sorts of interior and under hood details as well. So I'm really excited about this kit. I'm excited to get going on this. It's going to be grabber lime with a black interior, so I think it's going to be really sharp. I'm going to do the black decals on this. I think that'll look really nice against a bright grabber lime. So, hey gang, quick public service announcement before we continue with the video, okay? I'm going to warn you, I started videotaping this with my new GoPro 12 Black, which I think is going to be really cool, but I don't have all of the settings down right, and I didn't realize until after I put this video together and started editing it that, well, you have to use different settings on a GoPro when you're videotaping miniatures. So a lot of the rest of this video is going to be, well, out of focus. If that's going to bother you, I'm going to suggest that you skip right now to the end of the video where I retape the summary and the wrap-up of the build. That is in focus, and that will look much nicer than the next couple of minutes. Thanks. Now back to your regularly scheduled entertainment. So here you can see we've got the first part of that 351 Boss engine already assembled. I've got the front end, the water pump on the oil pan, as well as the two halves of the engine and transmission, along with the heads. And those are all painted a blue from Vallejo. We're going to go ahead and put on the next couple of parts, which, as you can see here, are the valve covers. Those have been painted with steel, or aluminum, I should say. Here we've got the valve covers. Those have been painted with modeled master aluminum, as well as the manifold that's going to go up on there. So let's get those put on. So we've got the engine somewhat built up here. You can see the detail on here. I went ahead and installed a pre-wired distributor from Gopher Racing, just to add a little more detail to the kit. Not sure how well this shows up on the screen, probably not very well at all, but there's lots of tiny little decals for the engine. A nice decal that wraps around the oil filter, as well as decals on either side of the valve covers, and there's a little one on top of the fan belt, if you can see that. These pieces went together really easily, sort of as expected. I'm happy with the way this part of the engine has turned out. I'm going to go ahead and install the exhaust manifolds and finish wiring this engine, and then we'll see what she looks like then. So I made a stop over the weekend and picked up some photo etch seat belts for the 71 Mustang kit. This is part number 20003. I don't know how well these show up on here, and I didn't realize this at the store, but this kit actually has a set of 4 seatbelt clips that are for Mustangs. They have the Mustang logo on them. There's also 8 for GM, and then another 12 that are just blank with no logos on them at all. So I'm going to go ahead and install these in both the rear as well as the front seats for the Mustang, and I think that'll add a nice little pop of interest to the interior. So here we've got the completed detailed interior. You can see here I did this in a combination of Insignia white and black. Both of them, again, are Vallejo paints. You can see the seat belts that I have on the front and the back seats, as well as the detailing on the door cards. The wood grain there on the door cards was a decal. The big piece was kind of easy to lay down. That little tiny piece at the beginning was tough, but I got it to lay down as well. And the shifter had a Hurst decal for the handle as well as on the sides. But both of those, well, they fell victim to tiny decal syndrome, and they didn't make the final cut there. We also have our dashboard here. You can see I've got the wood grain steering wheel. I don't know how well that's showing up there. And we have the decal for the center cap of the steering wheel, as well as the 3 rungs on the steering wheel. We also had decals for the dash, for the speedometer, and for the tachometer, as well as for the 3 little gauges in the center stack there. But those, again, fell victim to tiny decal syndrome. There was a brown wood grain decal to go over that center stack. I couldn't get that to go on. I didn't like the way it was cut from the factory, so I just went ahead and detailed that up with some various brown paints in the Vallejo wood paint kit that I got a while back. So I think that turned out perfectly fine, again, for a shelf model. So I'll go ahead and put that dashboard in there, and then we can take a look at the finished interior. And here we've got the complete and finalized interior. I had to do a little last-minute surgery on the steering wheel, realizing I didn't have that set in properly. So I had to take that out and put it back in. Unfortunately, when you look at this, you really lose a lot of the detail on the dashboard just because of the way it's angled in there, which is kind of disappointing because I really did like a lot of the detail that they put in there. But you know, you might be able to pick a little bit of it up looking through the back window and maybe through the sides a little bit if you kind of get down here to the angle that you're going to be at looking at it. So that won't be so bad. And just like that, the kit's finished. Here's the finished version of the Boss 351 Mustang, again, the Revell version. You can see I did this in the Grabber Lime, which turned out really nice. I really dig the tires with the decals for the Firestone wide oval. You can see along here, these decals, the stripe decals, were a real beast for me to put them on. I had quite a bit of trouble getting them to lay straight and to lay nice. But you know what? I'm going to call that user error. I'm not going to blame the decals on that. We'll scroll around here and we'll look at the back of the car here. Again, you can see more of those tiny little decals on the back. We've got a custom printed Maryland license plate that I made myself. And then on this side as well, you can see the other side of the car with the decals on here. I'll try and get in here to show you a little bit of the interior detail. You can actually pick up more of the detail of the dashboard than I thought you would be able to originally. So that's kind of exciting. And this isn't my favorite, never has been my favorite year of Mustang, but I really do like the way this kit turned out. Yes, I know that typically, I guess maybe always, the hoods on these Mustangs were flat black. I chose to keep mine body color and put the decal on just as sort of a trim, which I think is a really neat look. You can see the front end here as well. I did have some trouble getting this to fit over here on the driver's side. I don't know what wasn't quite lining up there, but clearly something was not lining up properly there. You can see on the hood, we've got the chrome hood pins, which is kind of a neat touch. And this kit does have hinges in here. However, they do not hold the hood up. So forgive my thumb, but you can see the Boss 351 engine. You can see a lot of the decals that are in the engine compartment there, as well as the pre-wired distributor that we put on there. Let's turn it over so we can take a look at the chassis. Again, really nice detail on this kit in general. I think this is definitely a keeper. It was not difficult to put together by any means. You know, I stretched myself a little bit using some of the aftermarket bits and pieces that I did, but that is not a reflection at all of the car. Overall, I would definitely give this kit 2 thumbs up. Thank you for watching the video. Be sure to like the video despite the technical difficulties halfway through. and subscribe for more content. Thanks.